Malaysia has a vast array of unique flora and fauna, spanning over several regions across the nation. The country's mega-diverse ecosystem consists of tropical rainforests that cover up to 70% of the land. Human intervention, ranging from pollution, overpopulation, urbanization, to deforestation, are significantly threatening the natural environment and contributing to global warming. Every year, the Earth increases at an average of 0.06 degrees Celsius due to the combined temperature of the land and the ocean. Imagine what that number will be in 10 years. Is climate change a real thing? Yes. Now more so than ever. Afforestation is one of the methods of reducing carbon emissions in the air. It involves growing a forest from scratch, a new ecosystem for wildlife to thrive in an area that was once barren or devastated by deforestation. As you can see, this part of the forest is what a flourishing ecosystem should look like. But how does afforestation work, and what exactly does it take to maintain a healthy forest? We are now here at an afforestation project site at Rotary Peace Park in Batang Berjuntai, Selangor. We are here to meet an internationally acclaimed Malaysian ecologist who has decades of experience in permaculture. We will also be able to learn, witness, and take a small part in this afforestation project under the leadership and wisdom of this professional.
My name is Sabina, and I am starting up and overseeing this particular afforestation project for an NGO called Rotary. Afforestation is easy enough because there's a very standard definition. There's maybe one or two versions of it, but basically it's about returning forest cover or returning trees to an area that has been disturbed by human activities and had no trees on that particular land area for at least 50 years. Permaculture, on the other hand, it's a way of life, it's a worldview, it is a set of principles, ethics, methodologies adopted from the way nature works. It basically studied a lot of indigenous and traditional cultures and condensed all that knowledge into this body of knowledge called permaculture.
As part of the afforestation process, one of the activities that was carried out was the collection of dried leaves to be used as natural biomass for growing trees. After the seeds are planted, this leaf litter would act as a shield to cover and protect the roots of the trees, fertilizing them as mulch. Hi, my name is Rachel.
Hi, Tanraj.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Can you please introduce yourself and your role in this organization?
So basically, my role in the HOTS organization is that I'm linked to the company behind us. Actually, I'm in a company called Asia Carbon Exchange. We were started last year in January. My role is basically to supervise and help out whenever I can in this side of the project for the company HOTS. We try to think of it as the land is what we're trying to get back to nature. The trees and the planting, that is the one step that helps us get closer to that goal. Anyone could go to any plot of land anywhere in Malaysia and start planting trees, and we saw that this area was just being left alone. No one was touching it because this used to be an ex-mining area, so way beyond its natural state, and it was just going downwards and downwards. That's where we employed Sabina, who came into the company side. She started also helping us as a volunteer in a few projects, and then she introduced herself and she showed her works and where she had previously came from, and her experience gladly helps us a lot. So from her helping, she's able to then come up with a plan and see whether or not we can progress forward with much more successful areas like the one we just did.
Nature has already done the sprouting of the seeds for you, so you don't have to collect the seeds and sprout them. And now you just take it from here and we will transfer it into the nursery. You just need soil and a container, and And you can use like old milk cartons, for example. No, you don't have to buy poly bags. Come and have a look at all the trees all the seeds and little trees that I rescued from the wild, and then I just basically have been growing it in my little forest nursery. We'll put this here and let it grow till about minimum knee length. Then we can grow it into wherever it is that we want to introduce these trees in. Because the soil is lacking in so much of nutrient and humus, so we have to put in some essential ingredients. So this is a mixture of rock phosphate and lime, and you just have to put in just a little bit, like a couple of handfuls of compost. Basically, we jiggle this whole thing together. You can do that for me. Okay, do something like that. Okay, add half into the hole, and then I take half of the soil that's been dug as well, and I put it in, and then I take out any of the bigger rocks. Put in the next half here on the top. I mix it with this soil on the top here. The leaves, remember the leaves that we collected the other day? So we're going to use the leaves as a mulch, which is what the function of leaves, dead leaves are, or dried leaves are in the forest. They protect the ground and keep the ground moist and protect the soil life and also prevent the soil from being washed away by the rain. Yes, yes, throw tree. So the NGO that I'm working with is Rotary, and basically this NGO has been given a small plot of land to experiment on. It's a very crucial piece of land because it is located in a former tin mine in Bestari Jaya, used to be known as Batang Berjuntai, and this tin mine is about 300 hectares wide and is currently being managed by the Lembaga Urus Air Selangor as a backup water reservoir for the Klang Valley. So our role there is to bring back the tree cover, because the tree cover play a very important role in regulating the climate in this area, reducing the evaporation of the water, because we want to be able to store as much water as we can, especially in consideration of climate change. We want to basically maximize our water storage capacity there through the roots of the trees and through the canopy of the trees. Yeah, so that's what we are doing, and right now we are trying out different methods to see what is the best way forward.
Our journey with the Hug Our Tree project culminated with a tree planting event where various individuals and organizations came together to work on the afforestation site. Among them were beauty pageant queens from Miss Malaysia, India, representatives from LUAS, and a merry group of elderly ladies from Swan.
My name is Balrup Ojla and I'm Miss Malaysia Indian Global 2023. I'm the reigning queen until the next successor has been found.
Okay, I'm the president of SWAN. We have been registered for 20 years. It's an NGO, sick women awareness network. That's what SWAN means.
The reason why I wanted to contribute to this project is because, as we can see, we are going through climate change, and this is one of the best things as us humans giving back to the community. So that is hence why I chose to do this project.
See, Mother Nature. What are we doing? We are trying to chop all the trees, make like the buildings, cement, everything, So it's a little bit that we can contribute.
Well, I hope to achieve a better environment because as we are planting more trees, obviously we are creating more oxygen in the air. So that is a good thing for us humans to save the earth.
Yeah, we hope there will be more greenery. As we were coming in, we said people send us photographs from overseas. We say, wow, so beautiful. And they say, these are the photographs we should be taking and putting up. It shows our beauty, our country's beauty. But all the time we will be looking elsewhere for it, whereas we got it here.
I hope that in the future we will be able to plant more forest species, and also that we will be able to afford the time to really work with nature to figure out like how can nature do some of this work for us, and how can we facilitate nature in the best way to grow back our trees and our forest, and how can we prevent all the existing forests from being disturbed further by human beings. How can we protect the existing forest, because that is the best thing we can ever do as human beings, is just to leave nature as it is and let nature recover by itself. Yeah.
This Rotary Afforestation project was definitely an eye-opening experience. Working here under the hot sun in Batang Berjuntai was a grueling feat, but ultimately rewarding, as we learned that permaculture and other environmental practices are more complex than what they seem. But it is necessary to take the initiative to protect and conserve the well-being of our ecosystem for our collective future.